Everyone has that one question in the back of their minds. Who am I? What am I meant for? I'm not exactly one of those people. To be perfectly honest, I'm not very interesting. Sure, I've got some quirks and I have things that I like, but none of these things make me the most interesting person in the world. Unfortunately, instead of being productive and making myself interesting, I prefer to think of what I could be. So today, I'm going to give you all a little peek into who I am, who I could be, and what I would like to do with my uneventful life. I suppose I should probably start with the basics first. My full name is Alexandra, or Alex, Murray Cecilia Kino, and I'm 15 years old. I live in the middle of nowhere in between an elderly couple and a crazy cat lady. My family consists of my mom, a physician assistant / travel agent, my dad, the ironically lactose intolerant son of dairy farmers, my older sister Jess, who wants to work in the CIA but almost cries when she accidentally steps on her cat's tail, my non-related Asian brother Shelton, and me, an aspiring archaeologist who is actually terrified of adventure. As you can probably see, I don't exactly have an orthodox family. Speaking of unorthodox families, my family at school consists of the STVM drumline, along with my friends Greta, Fiona, Andy, and Emily. I've been thankful to have a great family and great friends, but I want to be something more than I actually am. If I had it my way, I would be an amazing anthropologist, archaeologist, and adventurer. The side of adventure has always appealed to me, and I'd love to learn about different cultures in the world, new and old. I would want to be able to travel and see things that a normal, small-town Ohioan wouldn't see. I know that sounds pretty cheesy. I suppose if my adventuring doesn't work out, I could be an author. I really like to write, but sometimes I'm afraid of what readers would think. If I had it my way, I wouldn't be so scared, and I'd be one of the best world-renowned authors. I was going to go into details about what stories I'd write, but I figured I'd keep it short and sweet. I'd probably write a fantasy novel. Speaking of fantasy novels, there are a couple things I'd like my ultimate self to do. First and foremost, I would absolutely love to have a superpower. Invisibility sounds cool, along with super speed, but I'm thinking about something different. I was going to say shape-shifting sounds cool, because one, I could easily rob a bank and get away with it by shape-shifting into a trash can as the cops were chasing me. And two, cosplay would be perfect. Then I thought, you know, instead of committing crimes and being a big nerd, why don't I have a random power that no one else would think of? So I did. I would want to have the ability to fill things up. I know it sounds pretty weird, but think about it. Is your bank account low? Fill it up with money. Is there someone you really don't like sitting next to you in class? Boom. Fill up their bladder. Problem solved. Is there someone you really don't like? Oh, sorry. As well as wanting to wreak havoc on people I don't like just because they sit next to me, I would like to be influential enough in the world to create a program for teenagers. The program would allow people to travel to as many places as they wanted over the course of a year to get cultural experiences. But that's not as cool as superpowers. With wanting to be basically a mix of Indiana Jones and Lara Croft, as well as being a superhero who contributes literally nothing to society, you're probably asking what next? Well, I'm actually just wrapping up now. I've got nothing else that I would like to be. That's kind of a lie, but for the sake of my time limit here, I can't really go in depth about all the wonderfully ridiculous ideas that I have. I'd like to thank everybody in the room for listening to who I am, what I could be, and what I would do, even though you all really don't have a choice in the matter. Thank you.